what I've done here is I've created a passageway for the smoke to enter the smoking chamber. So as we have our kindles, our fire, whatever is burning inside this area, hopefully it'll go, and the smoke will then travel down underneath the section serrated, you know, for combine look, holes, openings. They'll travel underneath the bottom here. There'll be your grate up top where you'll put your meats, whatever you're cooking. And then it'll travel up and we'll cut a small opening up here, which will then travel into a little chimney stack that'll just stick up just yay high, just to create the vertical flow that we want, because heat goes up. We want the heat to travel from the burn chamber through the rotor, up and out the stack, theoretically. I might need a longer stack because we got to create a vacuum. Basically, we need that heat to start traveling up here. So we'll see. Hopefully this works. So what we got going on here is we're trying to square up the lid that we cut out with the rotor tube. It has warped a little bit, probably from banging and grinding and heating and cooling and all that good stuff. We're trying to get it just to where we think it's right. Then we'll lay a strip of flat iron on the back. And then we've got these brass hinges, these little brass inserts, so that way they don't fuse and rust together. And then we'll weld those on there, weld it to the frame of the rotor, and then it'll hinge up and down. And then we gotta lay flat iron around the edges to cover our massive gaps that we have now, that the smoke's gonna come missing out of.
But it's supposed to breathe, isn't it?
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah. Let's tack this thing together. I have the other half of the rotor here because I'm gonna chop it up and make a better door. Well, the reason for is this door here, as you can see the massive holes we have on each side, we had to widen the opening on the rotor itself so that the grates can go inside and match it up. Well, the opening was too small to begin with. We had to do that, just how it is. So we thought about putting flat iron on each one of those seams and trying to cover it up. We were gonna do that originally on this piece, but there weren't very big gaps. Well, I think what I'm gonna do is take that piece, cut out a bigger section, and overlap it on here, so the whole thing just overlaps. Hopefully it works like I'm thinking. But if I screw up on that one, I do have another side on that one that I could do another one. But, all right, let's start chopping. Well, there we go. The lid's on. It opens and shuts. The rotor was slightly warped on the sheet metal, and that one there, I had to expand it out a little bit and try to form it to this one. But it seals pretty good so far, and one step closer to being done. The piece that I just cut will probably go right about here. As you can tell, I'll put another one over here somewhere. Then your handle, so when you lift it up, it'll extend over the door. You won't burn yourself, at least that's in theory. It might look good, it might not. But let's find out. And then I might do the same thing like I did here. A little knurling. Anyways, it's slowly coming together. A lot of fabbing. This thing did not want to go on there to make it fit pretty good, but it's not bad. It really isn't that bad, but it ain't perfect, and that bugs me. But there's only so much you can do, right? Now I found some, I decided not to go with round stock to make it less heavy, but I found some black pipe that feels pretty good to the hand when you grab it. I'm thinking something like that. I don't know. Actually, I do know, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do it anyway. So Let's go to lathe, polish this thing up, knurl it, cut it, trim up the ends, make them not as jagged and sharp. And yeah, fun. Now, because this is a pipe, and I have it extended out here so far, when I'm trying to knurling that, I can't even say that. Anyways, to make cool patterns and a grippy handle, this here has a bearing in it. It's got a little pointy end on it. I shove it in this side, compress it on here, so then what it does is as I'm putting pressure on it, it will actually keep it center and true. So this is kind of very crucial in this process. And I cannot remember the name of this. I'm just drawing a blank. I can't remember it. You guys are gonna tell me in the comments, and you know what, that's fine. It'll come to me when I'm actually like sleeping in 10 o'clock at night. But anyways, live center, there we go, live center. I think it's a live center. Anyways, put this in, put it up, and let's make some magic happen. Now that I have this grate done, this is a little shelf so we can put your tray of meat, barbecue sauce, whatever else you want to put. I'm going to make this so you can remove it or flip down. I haven't decided. I'll figure that out as I go. But you could also put your laptop on there and watch like Welker Farms videos or like, you know, Fast Egg, you know, something like that. But anyways, yeah, should work out pretty good. Doesn't look too bad. Now I just need to make brackets to mount it to the rotor and keep fabbing. Well, so far it looks pretty good. It seems to be fairly level. It flips up, you can pin it so it's out of the way, as you can see, and then flip it down. Yeezies. Now, this exhaust right here came off of my dad's Duramax pickup years ago. Well, he had an exhaust kit he put on. He doesn't need this anymore, so I'm going to use this as the stack to stick on here, because the rotor is actually going to need a stack to kind of vent it up and draw that hot air up with the smoke. At least that's what I'm told, so we're going to cut a hole and put it right there. What do you think?
I don't want a stack, but I'm just looking on my phone and every smoker I know has a stack, because you got to have a place to start the draw the flow of air. The hot air is going to want to go up, and that'll pull the cold air in the intake, and it'll pull all the smoke through the smoker. So without a stack, I just don't know if it's going to flow right, so we need to have a stack.
It's not going to really look that great, just because it looks weird having a stack on a rotor.
But we're not going to go to all this work and build a smoker that doesn't work either.
At least we're going to try to make it work, right?
Yeah, that's the plan. It can still be a barbecue.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's going to be a charcoal barbecue too, so smoker / charcoal, so yeah. All right, let's start fabbing. Okay, the stack is on. I cut the hole a little too big on top, so there was a little bit of a gap, and I had to fill it in, so the welds are not that great. And honestly, I didn't go to welding school, and is that an excuse? That probably works, yeah. I'm not that great of a welder anyways, but I can make it work. At least that's what I'm trying to do. I cut that open, and I was gonna put expanded metal just like we've been using. I have a little bit smaller expanded metal, so tiny holes. But then I started thinking about it. I was like, you know, we have something in our scrap iron pile that came off of our it was a 2188 combine that we had. Some of you guys recognize what this piece is. This is a protective shield that goes over some pulleys, and we took it off because it was such a nuisance to always take it off to grease those pulleys. And we put it somewhere and completely forgot about it when we sold the combines. So whoever bought those combines, I'm sorry we took the covers off. But I have this, which actually came off of a Case IH combine, 2188. I love the pattern. It's nice little holes, and I think that would look pretty good to cover that little spot there. So I took it over here. Here's one of those round pieces that came out, the baffles, I guess you should say, and I think it would work pretty darn good. So let's start using the plasma cutter. Chop this up a little bit. There's a few small creases, but they will clean up very well. I think it'll look good. Overall, it looks pretty good. Yeah, I think it's gonna work out really well. I need to chop the bottom and do the exact same thing on the bottom. Stick the other half down here. And the reason why I didn't leave it one whole piece is because I couldn't fit it in the door. So if you're wondering why did I cut it in half, well, that's why. And then I'll probably do something on the other side to kind of cover up that half piece so it doesn't look so bad when you put the wood in, because, well, if you can cover up your mistakes, people don't know. Wait, you guys are gonna know what I'm gonna do. Huh. Each day is a gift. I think we can all agree on that. And tomorrow is not promised. We don't know if there's going to be a tomorrow. We all assume that there's going to be a tomorrow. But if today was your last day, what is your attitude? Is it something that's strengthening and building and encouraging others around you? Or is it tearing down and whining and crying? Or is it, you know, what is your attitude? I think that we all need to step back every once in a while and just say, okay, am I having a good outlook on life? And there's a lot of things in life that can change our perspective. A lot of things that can, you know, get us down, which, hey, that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's bad to be down, but to act onto things that change our heart, change who we are, that is not for the better. That's something we need to be very careful on. And, you know, every once in a while, I think we just need to step back a little bit and just say, okay, I'm gonna make the best that I can today. I'm gonna do the best that I can. With whatever I've given, I'm gonna apply myself the most that I can possibly be, because, you know, I might not have tomorrow. Or maybe I want to build relationships that have been broken. So today is a good day. I just wanted to say, hey, keep it up. Keep up the good work. Keep up the great fight, because you know what? You're worth it, and everybody else is worth it. So I better get back to fabbing. My little speech thing, I just had to say it, you know, it just kind of felt like I had to say it, so you guys, thank you for bearing with me, but let's get back to work. This is the tray that all the logs go on. I'm raising it above the drum of the rotor so that way the heat isn't being transferred onto the rotor. But I also want the ashes of the logs to just kind of smolder through and go down below so that you don't have a big pile of ash on your, well, your log tray. You'll remove this, clean it out when you need to. But those are nice little slots. It should work out pretty good. I'll clean it all up, clean this up a little bit, put it back in, and yeah, one more step being closer done. Isn't it beautiful? Look at that thing. Well, it's gonna be beautiful. Well, it's not pretty, but it'll serve a purpose. The logs will sit on it, the ash will fall down, and nobody's gonna really look in there and judge me too much. Actually, probably gonna judge me, but that's okay. I deserved it. All right, let's clean up this door a little bit, and then, yeah, and get one more thing done.
So, had a package arrive. This one's heavy. It's full of lots of goodies. These are actually a very critical part of the smoker. These came from Grand Island, Nebraska, in the combine factory. That's, yes, that's the Case IH factory. It's producing all kinds of cool combines. So these were specially made for this smoker from Case IH. They are stainless steel, plasma cut grates that are gonna be put together in a box that'll fit inside that thing. It says Case IH, it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna have to shine it up, make it a little pretty, but we gotta put it together. It's basically a little puzzle piece. So we'll assemble this, make sure it fits our dimensions. That's what's critical. We gotta know, is it gonna fit in there? I hope so. All right, guys, got a little secret to tell you. Keep it between us. Please don't tell Case IH, but I'm gonna take the rasp bars out of Clifford here, and I'm gonna use it on the barbecue smoker. And then we're gonna take the new rasp bars that came in that barbecue smoker, and we're gonna put them in Clifford. They don't need to know. There we go, 41 rasp bars. You know, some of these aren't bad, and some of them are definitely need to be replaced. The ones in the front cone, which get the first impact of everything, those ones need replaced. And I couldn't get to them because I didn't bring the right tools to do that. But that's okay, we'll deal with that when harvest comes closer. But at least now we'll have a nice set of Welker Farms actually threshing crops from Welker Farms. You can put them on that smoker, isn't that cool? Now, one of the big reasons why I want to get these rasp bars is because I gotta do a little trimming on a few of them. Actually two. Already got a little line there. Basically this one right here, as you can see, I need to shave off just to trim the side of it because that door will not open with that on there. And the other one is this one right here. As it opens up, it'll curl into the side of the tube right there. So if I cut the end off, no more hitting. So let's try to slice these things, clean them up, put them on there, and make leg arms happy. Think they're gonna notice? This one's new, this is going on our combine, and those ones are used. They won't notice. It's almost ready, guys. Leg Arms has been hard at work doing some pretty amazing touches to this thing. Couple little fine tuning, but now we gotta take it to a sandblaster and get this thing down to metal like that so we can put some paint on it. And I happen to know a good place to do that. It's a local fertilizer supplier, and they've got an industrial sandblaster that they use to sandblast all of their trailers and tanks and all kinds of stuff. So we're gonna take it down to them. They know how to get the job done. He said I have to do it though, so I'll enjoy the sandblasting part. But we'll get it back nice and shiny, get it painted. So let's go get my pickup. First time pulling a little trailer with it. Hook on and take this to the next level. Well, we ran through our options and decided that it's gonna be difficult to track down enough cans of high temp paint for this thing and whether it's the right color or not. But after calling our paint guy, Dr. Chop, he said he's got some paint that he thinks will work, and he painted his barbecue with it, and it's been great ever since. And he said he's had that thing up to well over 700 degrees. So I think we're good. So Dr. Chop's gonna come tomorrow, and he's gonna paint this thing for us. Love that guy. He's such a swell guy.
So right now, Ian, Dr. Chop, I'm gonna call him Dr. Chop because that's his like stage name. We've already masked off all the black stuff we don't want to be painted red. He's already gone around all the rasp bars to kind of get in areas that are hard to get. And then what he's gonna do is he'll go over and paint a nice solid coat of red, might do another coat, and then we gotta clear coat everything. But It's kind of a cool looking little smoker. You know, maybe we should just leave it like that. That's pretty sweet though. He gave the thumbs up, so I guess we're good to go, but yeah, he's a talented guy. That's why I'm not doing it.